Xbox 360 owners are in for a treat with Tiberium Wars. First and foremost, it's an excellent real-time strategy game featuring an intense story and a well-rounded set of multiplayer options. It's spirited and fun, and a great way for console enthusiasts to experience the fast and frantic action of a Command & Conquer game. Yet it's no mean feat that it plays so well without a mouse and keyboard. If you have an Xbox 360 and even the remotest interest in earth-shattering explosions or campy science fiction, you owe it to yourself to pick up a copy. When playing the campaign, you're rewarded with a whole lot of live-action video in between missions, featuring familiar actors getting hammy in near-future command centers. There's never been anything subtle about CNC's full-motion video in its previous incarnations, and true to form, the campaigns are loaded with wonderfully overblown sequences filled with intrigue and suspense. If you think it sounds over the top, you'd be right, but it's cheesy in the good way, and it won't take you long to get involved in the story and the characters that drive it. It'll take you a couple dozen hours to get through the campaigns, and there are also plenty of reasons to return to the campaign once you're done. How differently each faction plays is impressive. GDI units tend to be straightforward and powerful, and a huge force of mammoth tanks and juggernauts is a challenge to counter. Nod relies on sneakiness and smart use of unique abilities, and a small force of stealth tanks and Viper bombers can cripple an enemy's economy. But playing as the Skrin is Tiberium Wars' greatest delight and challenge, since the alien faction is so different from the others. Your first encounters with the Skrin in the campaign are breathtaking, since even low-level units like buzzers look interesting and intimidating. In fact, the most threatening sight within the game is a fleet of Skrin assault carriers and their accompanying fighters. With all of the aspects of the gameplay remaining intact from the PC version, it's hard to imagine handling all of the units and commands without the benefit of a keyboard and mouse, yet there's nothing awkward about the controls. The sidebar of the PC edition has been moved to the bottom left of the screen, and you can access your build queues and special powers by pulling the right trigger and scrolling through the options with the D-pad. Movement and attack orders are as simple as pressing the A button, and even tasks like creating control groups or performing special moves are easy and instinctive to pull off. It's definitely a compromise, and selecting smaller groups of units on the fly isn't particularly easy, but overall the controls work just fine. Command & Conquer 3 is also home to an impressive set of multiplayer options. You've got the standard versus option, which lets you skirmish against other players or the AI. There are also King of the Hill and Capture and Hold modes, which require you to hold certain spots on the map to attain victory. These options are the best of the bunch, not only because of the added strategic dimension, but because the action is focused and intense as players struggle to maintain control. In many ways, Tiberium Wars looks really good, particularly in the unit designs. Their stature and fantastical nature fit perfectly with the over-the-top nature of the action, as do the titanic nuclear explosions and lightning strikes. In the most extreme battles, your screen will fill with mighty blasts and streams of lasers as if you were the main player in a sci-fi action film. The visuals look washed out though, so many of the effects aren't as vibrant as they could be. More noticeably, the frame rate suffers from regular and annoying slowdown, particularly when there are a lot of units on screen. There's a good set of achievements to unlock, including a few that don't bring you any points that pop up should you lose a few too many multiplayer games in a row or bypass the tutorial mission. But it's all just icing on the proverbial cake, since playing Tiberium Wars is a reward unto itself. Not only is it a great game, but it's a great example of a console RTS done right. If you've never played a Command & Conquer game before, there's no better time than the present.